Recently, a lot of players have been finding their accounts suspended or permanently banned, and it seems like this is all connected to an exploit related to routes that players have been utilizing. I'm going to be talking about all of this in this video, so let's get right into it. And how's it going, everyone? It's me, it's Jinsula. I hope you're having a good day and welcome to today's Pokemon Go video. Alright, so we gotta talk about this new ban wave that has been hitting a couple of players, and it's all seemingly related to this new exploit that players have been utilizing recently related to getting XL candy through routes. Now, I'm not going to be talking about this exploit in particular, mainly because I don't want any of you to get banned by utilizing this exploit, but what I will say is that a lot of players have been using this exploit to farm up a ton of XL candies for powerful Pokemon like legendaries and mythical Pokemon. Now, because of that, Niantic had to step in, and it seems like they're dishing out a lot of suspensions and even some permanent bans for players who have been utilizing this exploit egregiously. Of course, Pokemon Go has had a history of players finding out and figuring out different exploits and different shortcuts through game mechanics and even glitches, and they've been utilizing these glitches in order to get ahead, and Niantic has been fairly lenient when it comes to them. But when it comes to this specific exploit, it seems like Niantic realized how overpowered it is. So a lot of players were finding their accounts suspended and punished because of this one particular exploit. For myself, I don't really care about exploits, like aside from the set circle trick as well as the quick catch method, like a lot of these different mechanics were not in the original design, but players have been utilizing them and using them as kind of a bit of a strategy. Niantic has even posted about some of these glitches and exploits in the past and kind of adopted them as kind of like secret tips. So I'm pretty sure that was something that could have happened here, but Niantic decided not to go in that direction. I feel like there's a lot of things broken with routes to begin with. Like, there really isn't that much engagement with this one feature, especially when I talk to people in my local communities, and I think a big reason for that is because there's not a lot of routes to begin with. Like, they've had this feature out for close to a month now, and it seems like there's not that many routes that are actually populating the game. Yes, it is completely user-generated, and Niantic is trying to make it so more players are able to create routes, but I still feel like this feature was dead on arrival. Like, there was a lot of potential for routes to be something really cool, but I think Niantic completely fumbled the launch of this one feature, and because of that, you see a lot of players just not caring about it at all. But yeah, of course, there's a lot of gameplay advantages for doing routes, like you do get extra buddy heart candies, so if you want to get a bunch of best buddies, consistently doing routes will allow you to get there a lot faster, and you know, you do get a lot of rewards for doing routes. Like if you're able to keep up a daily route streak, you could even collect elite charge TMs and elite fast TMs. And this is something that I'm saying out of personal experience. So yeah, routes are actually quite rewarding. The only problem is they're just not around. And of course, there's the feature with routes that is the basis for all of these bans and suspensions, in that you are able to get more XL candy and candy at a faster rate if you are walking your buddy on a route. So yeah, I think there's a lot of good things with routes, don't get me wrong, but I just feel like because of how Niantic launched them, and because of the big lack of routes in most communities, I really feel like this feature failed to live up to its potential. One final thing that I kind of want to touch on is that the very fact that players were utilizing this exploit kind of speaks to how broken the XL candy system currently is. It's really difficult for you to max out Pokemon to the max level of 50, and that's mainly because of how difficult it is to get XL candy. So naturally, if there's some sort of exploit like this that gets discovered, a lot of players are going to utilize it. Like, it's been really difficult to get XL candies for legendary Pokemon and mythical Pokemon, especially recently after they nerfed remote raids, and of course because you do not get rare candy XL very frequently. So yeah, naturally a lot of players are going to look for shortcuts, and this is something that Niantic does need to consider when it comes to these sort of mechanics. They really need to take a hard look at what motivates players playing their game. Like, if people are looking for XL candy, then maybe Niantic needs to explore different mechanics that will allow players to collect more XL candy without needing to do any kind of exploit or cheat. But yeah, in any case, that's going to be it for this video. I just wanted to quickly touch up on these bans and suspensions that players have been reporting and how it's all related to this route feature. I would really like to know what the community is thinking regarding all of this, because yes, this is another way that you can now get your account banned, and I'm pretty sure a lot of players will not be happy about that, considering that Niantic has had a history of doing very egregious ban waves and having a lot of false positives. I'm really wondering if this is something that is going to create a lot of negativity in the community, but ultimately what I think is that as long as you're not cheating and as long as you're not breaking the TOS, your account should be fine. And yeah, you can continue to enjoy the game without worrying about your account getting banned. But that's just me. I mean, I try to keep my account as clean as possible. Of course, sometimes it's very difficult, but you know, that's just because of the nature of the game. But yeah, let me know your thoughts regarding all of this in the comment section down below. And of course, let's have a great discussion if you do so. And thank you so much for making it to this point in the video. If you ended up enjoying it, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if it's your first time here. And don't forget that little bell so you can stay up to date on whenever I upload videos. And I want to give a quick shout out to my patrons on Patreon. You make this channel content possible. If you want to support my channel in any way, big or small, then do consider checking out the links in the description below. For all my patrons, they get a permanent spot on my in-game friends list. So if you want to interact with me in some way within Pokemon Go, like with remote raids, then do consider joining me on Patreon. And as always, if you want to support my channel non-monetarily, you can do so by following me on social media. My handle is @Jinsula, and I'm on the following platforms. Alright, that's going to be it. I'm Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself, and I'll catch you all later.